Hello everyone, welcome to You Are Amazing. You are amazing. Did you forget that from the last time we met? That's why I'm here each week. I'm giving of myself, my time, to remind each and every one of you that you are an amazing human being, mentally, physically, spiritually. You are so amazing, and we forget that. That's why I'm doing this show. I forget that. Amazing people who are very successful forget that. We all have our times where we're not feeling good, or we're down, or depressed, or sick, and we're not at our optimum selves, and that does happen. And that's why the self-help industry is so huge, is because when people get in those spots, they look for outside sources to feel better. You know, it's a new year, 2014, and what happens in a new year? New Year's resolutions. And what happens is a lot of people get into these resolutions, they go to the gym, they work out like crazy, and they last a month. You know, you can look at the gym's parking lots, and you know, why does that happen? Well, we're going to talk a little more about that today. And you know, to be truly amazing, to uncover that amazing self that I'm telling that you are, and that I am, and that we all are, it takes certain steps, and I've talked about that before in in my other shows, about those steps it takes to be that amazing human being, to the core, to give love, to serve, to have a life of gratitude, and then to take care of yourself, to take care of what you physically take into your body, to take care, to be aware of the people you're with, and the information that you take into your mind, the news, people you talk with, you know, just all this information that's out here. And then your physical being. The physical being is such an important part of your overall wellness and overall spiritual development, self-development, whatever you want to call it. You know, the physical being is so important, you know, and so I'm here to remind you that you are amazing. And if you forget, you can go by 56 Lincoln Street, my cafe, and you can look up at the second floor balcony, and it says you are amazing. Just in case you need that fix in between shows, run by 56 Lincoln Street and look at that sign. People tell me they feel uplifted. Why? Because a lot of us, like I said, can get down, and when we're reminded of this stuff that I talk about on this show, and that my awesome guests talk about, you feel uplifted, because you start moving some of the clouds away, some of the barriers away that make you feel not so amazing, but you are amazing. This show today, we're going to be talking about the physical body. And the physical body, like I said, is so important. I mean, if I'm feeding myself, and I know this from experience, and that's the only thing I have on this show, like I've told you before, I don't have any great qualifications to be here except living life and being out there. And when I'm not in my optimal form, when I'm trying to do all these things to be this amazing person, to do things I love, when my physical being is not taken care of, when I'm out of shape and I'm not taking care of myself, I don't feel up to it. I don't feel up to working a hard day to becoming the best I can be, because I have no energy. I'm lethargic, and then if I have a job that I have to do anything physical in, you know, like my cafe, sometimes we have to move stuff around and I jump into things. If I'm not in shape and can't take care of myself, and I'm not honoring the body, I can't pick things up. I can't do things, you know, if I'm not in shape. So it's so important. There's little things like that, being physically available to do these things, and becoming your amazing self, physically available to do these recreational things. Do you want to ski? Do you want to boat? Do you want to run? These things. And how do we do this? We take care of the physical body, our physical body. And you know, it's so many different religions and philosophies talk about the body. And you know, if you look in Google religions and bodies, you'll find some really, really cool stuff. I mean, even if you're an atheist or agnostic and you honor yourself and there's nothing out there, then if you're the only one and you honor yourself, you even more so have to take care of that body, that temple that is your body. So, you know, look at the philosophies of the world. We have Christianity that talks about, and I think it was Corinthians, that talks about honor the temple that is your body. You know, it's God-given. It houses the divine spirit. It houses the Holy Ghost in Christianity, or is that Catholicism? I'm not sure. But in Christianity, it talks about that. In Judaism, the Talmud is riddled with, I was reading, is riddled with stuff about taking care of the body, taking care of the physical body, cleansing oneself, cleaning oneself, and it talks about it throughout there. There's 613 commandments in there. They went more and more after the first 10 started, and there's a lot of them that talk about physical well-being. Islam, they have baths connected to their spiritual places so they can cleanse themselves, and they take care of their bodies. They take care of their bodies, and the body, physical body, is very important to cleanse and see it as sacred. Buddha, Buddha, that dude, man. He tried so many different things. He tried fasting. He fasted, and then he went through this period of time where he didn't shave, and his hair grew long, and he became stinky, and all this stuff. And he told, after he got more enlightened, what did he do? He talked to his disciples, and he said, dudes, man, take care of the body, man. You got to exercise. You got to do this yoga. You got to do whatever you have to do. And he really talked to his followers about taking care of the body and doing physical fitness. So there's Buddha. There's some pretty good references here. There's an Alexandria philosopher, Philo, who said, I asked my director, is it Philo or Philo? She didn't know, so pardon my grammatical error. But he said, is not the body the soul's house? Then why should we not take care of the house, that is, so it not fell into ruins? So, from the beginning of time, it's been talked about taking care of your body and how important it is. And again, if you're agnostic and you don't care about that stuff, it's common sense. You want to take care of your body so you can become your amazing self, and that's what we're about here. And that's why our guest today is going to talk about some of the ways that he helps people. And, a little about, and we talk about the mind so much on this show, the mind, it's like mind over matter, and the mind defeats us. Why do we stop after a month? Why do we stop diets? Because there's this core inside of us that says we're not amazing, and we don't deserve to have optimal health. We don't deserve to be fit and well. The mind does amazing things. The mind, we're going to show a little clip now from YouTube. If you want to cut away to that, let's cut away to that.
Daredevil Nick Walinda making headlines tonight, walking a tightrope across the Grand Canyon live on national television. There was nothing but a wire between him and the ground, 1,500 feet below. He made it in a little more than 20 minutes. Last year, he became the first person to cross Niagara Falls from the U.S. to Canada by walking on a high wire. And I saw on Twitter a lot of you agreed with me. Couldn't even watch it. Couldn't even watch it.
The newsroom here, as we're getting ready for the 10 o'clock news, everyone kind of keeping an eye on that, and people with, sweaty palms.
This YouTube clip shows a tightrope walker going across the Grand Canyon. And it's really an amazing thing because you have to be physically fit, but it's a lot mental. So this is the height of mental, but you really have to be physically fit because your body gets tight and what have you. So this guy was amazing. He was able to steady his mind and be present and do it. He was really good at it. You don't have to be that good. And then there was also another YouTube clip that I saw. It was a practice they have once a year up in Quebec, in a Hindu thing, I believe, where they put hooks in the back of the body and then they lift the person up and the skin pulls. And it's not a physical feat, but it's a mental thing. How that, when people, how that can be done, it's amazing. People walking on coals. I mean, there's amazing references and videos out there that shows you physical fitness feats and physical feats and mental feats that shows this thing, this mind, that's where it all centers. That's where it all centers. So if we're not feeding ourselves good things and we're not uncovering that amazing person and becoming that beautiful person and getting rid of that dogma, getting rid of that stuff, then it's going to be hard to become that amazing self. I have an affirmation that I want to use this week. And it is, and we'll cut away to the screen for this affirmation, because I talk about getting away the negative thoughts, removing the negative thoughts. And when you start your day, you're in the shower, most of us anyway, and this is the affirmation. As I shower, I wash away all negative thoughts and feelings, and I am renewed and energized to go out into the world and become the amazing person that I am. So think about that. And please do that. Getting back to mind over matter, before we bring Luke on, I had this instance in high school. I was on the football team, And it was great. My father, you know, I wasn't a superstar or anything, and I was going to quit at one point, and my father told me not to. And you know, I wasn't getting much playing time, and I talked to the coach. I said, I really think I can do a lot more. And you know, he gave me an opportunity, and I got to play a little, and I was about to give up. And then I had a couple people come into my life that really showed me the power of the mind and how you can not give up and re-energize yourself and overcome things. But I did have one thing that happened that I remember. It was in football camp, and we had an early morning run. It was like 5:30. And everybody got up and went, and me and my friend Alan, we ducked into the woods in the beginning of the run, and then we connected with the team afterwards. And somehow the coach saw us and caught us, and you know what? It was a mental thing. I was lazy. I was lazy, and that whatever happened at that time, and I look at it now. There was something that held me back. There was something at that point in my life, and I know what it was, because there was a lot of stuff going on in my life that I didn't feel amazing. I didn't feel worthy, and I had actions like that. So let's move on. So we're going to talk about how to take care of your body today. And throughout this show, different shows, we're going to have people in physical fitness, physical, mental, and spiritual. And today, our guest is Luke Gullick, and he's a personal trainer in Exeter, and he's going to talk about how he helps people. And I see him help a lot of people. So let's bring on Luke now. Come on down, Luke.
All right, here we come. Thank you very much for having me.
Good to see you. My pleasure, my friend. Sit down.
All right, thank you.
Thank you for listening to me.
No,
You had to sit there and suffer me gladly.
I agree, and I was taking a lot of it in, and it's so true about the mind. It's the most important thing. If you get the mind right, then everything falls into place.
Yeah, you must see it all the time.
Absolutely.
But you have to suffer this next. You are amazing, Luke.
Thank
you are an amazing person, Luke Gullick. No, you are an
Right.
amazing, and I see it by example. You know, I'm not going to just bring anybody on. There's 1,000 physical fitness people out there.
Yeah.
But I see your dedication and passion. I see what you do. I saw this one particular person you brought in. She was in pretty rough shape, and you had to use the sauna, and you had to do different things. But you brought her along slowly, and she didn't give up. She stayed in there, and you worked with her. And I saw you caring, and with her, and I see her now.
Yeah.
She's glowing. I can
Absolutely.
I can see that light in her. I can see that amazing. I get goosebumps.
Oh my gosh,
I did it again. Every time I
me
talk
too.
about this stuff, I
Yeah.
get goosebumps because it's a miracle. Because you really changed her life by helping her. And I see that time and time again. Different people you bring in, and I see the way you talk, and you encourage them, and it's really important. We're going to talk about what you do and how you got to do what you do. But I think it's really important for people. There's a little trepidation when they talk about personal trainers, and you're going to talk about your boot camp.
Yeah.
And there's a little, what if you're this like commando guy and you're crazy and you're out there? People may be uncomfortable with that. And I just want to let everyone know, Luke is I hope I don't embarrass you, is a very caring individual, and you'll be comfortable with him right off the bat if you give him a call or check out his website and you try out some of his services. So
thank you.
All right,
thank you
you're
very
welcome.
much.
So how did you get to what you're doing?
Good question. I basically, when we moved over to the States from England 9 years ago, I had to wait pretty close to a year to get my green card. So I thought, well, I might as well do something I'm really passionate about, and that was fitness. And I also want to make a difference in people's lives, so I decided to become a personal trainer. So I got certified through NASAM, which is the National Academy of Sports Medicine. And then from there, I started out doing one-to-one training. And then eventually, as I started my first real job with a wonderful club called Elements, which is now called Thrive. And they took me in, and a great boss, great team, and I started my personal training there. And then I built it up into small group training. And then after about, I'd say 3 years, then I moved on and made the big decision to hold it myself and run my own training, one-to-ones, small groups, and boot camps.
That's a big move. Were you always athletic when you were young? Did you play sports, or you were Johnny-come-lately on that?
No, I love sports. No, right off the bat, my big sports was rugby.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, really?
Which is like football, I suppose, in a way, without the padding. So it's a real contact sport.
Real tough
Oh
men do
yeah.
it.
And love that. And also was in I was a rower. So I think you say crew over here. So big into that. Tried cricket. I was lousy at it. No coordination at it. So I stopped that. But those were my main ones. And then I got into things like golf, etc. later on. But
Nice.
yeah, rugby and rowing was my big things at school.
Did you have any particular careers after that, or that you were, or were you like trying to find your amazing self? Which I know now you found it. I know this is what you were supposed to do. And you know, some people find it in their teens, some people find it in their early 20s, some people find it in their 70s. It's amazing.
Yeah, it took me a while. It took me to my 30s. I mean,
yeah.
Because I was in before that in England. I was in corporate sales, and I was in corporate sales for hotels.
Yeah.
Last one was with Tiffany and Company. Great job, really enjoyed, but it was very stressful, and it was getting to me. I would get a really stressful neck, and it wasn't for me. And so I'm very fortunate to be in this position to be able to do something I'm passionate about, and a very, very happy man.
Cool.
Now. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think, you know, some people would say that's stressful, and other people, if they were built for it, would say it's energetic, it's thriving, it makes me feel great. And when we're looking for our amazing selves, those are the things in our body that we have to listen to. And if you're in a job and you're stressed out all the time, and all this stuff is happening, you may not be where you belong.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
you made that identification that I want a better life. You know, you were in the state of becoming. You wanted a better life. You wanted to do, and now you're doing what you love, and you're one of the happiest guys I know.
Absolutely.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, very happy.
So tell us about your method of training people, and you're going to show us a few exercises.
Oh yeah, I'm going to show a few moves.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so what I've found out with training, just looking at my clients, what really works is getting close and just being interactive with them, which is very, very important. And just knowing a bit about their background and where they're coming from and their daily, stresses. Because I train a lot of mums, and basically they're the very, very busy mums taking their kids to sports. Maybe they have their own jobs on top, and then also just doing their household jobs, what they're going to do. So that it's non-stop. But I have to find ways to to get their workout in, and if they, for example, they can't come to my boot camp, I'll make sure that they got like a daily workout of the day they can do, which is great. And as long as there's that lot of good communication between me and my clients, then it's good. It's once you kind of lose that being interactive with them, then suddenly somehow they might not calm so often. They might go somewhere else, but it hasn't happened too many times. But I have to make sure I'm in communication with them a lot.
Well,
which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and I think it's you caring, and like I said, the mind defeats people, right? And how many times, because you're so involved, and that's fine. You can join a gym, right? And you can pay $10, and that's pretty cheap. And we know that Planet Fitness makes a lot of the money because people just don't go, and they're saying it's $10. I don't have to go. And that's fine, and some people do go quite a bit. But with you, that personal touch, and that's why personal training is so effective, especially with a person like Luke, is that you caring would be, there's an accountability partner, so anything in life to have an accountability partner, to have somebody who cares, to have somebody like what you said was so important to me was, I realize how their life is. I see what they do. I see the time they have, and you identify things, and that's a part of it. You're such an integral part of showing them great ways to work out. But I wanted to say that just
so
to
important.
let people know it's so cool.
And what I felt recently, going forward, what works well are small buddy working in pairs and buddy pairs, or with a partner, or in small groups.
Oh, you put them together, partners.
And
okay.
And that works really well.
What's your boot
Sometimes
camp?
it could be a little lethal with partners, but especially in small groups because they feed off each other, and they become more accountable for each other, and it works out really, really well. So the way forward now is I've found is small, intense workouts for 30 minutes in small groups. It could be 2 to 4 people, or larger sort of boot camps, 4 to 8 people. Versus the 1-to-1. So,
and how many minutes?
Just 30 minutes.
30
That's
minutes?
all
Oh,
you need.
cool. Yeah, really?
And that's great. It's a win-win. They get an intense workout in that time, and then they got the rest. The rest of the day they have more time to do that.
I've seen some research on that you really, the shorter intense workouts are better than longer periods of
Absolutely.
time. Yeah. Because most people can do 30 minutes.
Absolutely. Everyone's got 30 minutes. And even if they don't, you can do.
I don't have 30 minutes, Luke.
Oh, well,
I don't.
I got
Yes,
a workout for you.
Yeah, I know. You can fix me.
All you need is literally 4 minutes, and then
Yeah.
Literally you can do it.
Want to
I'll
show us a
you.
couple of things? Yeah.
Simple.
Where do you want us,
Click
guys?
that. All right, let's pull this
yeah,
out.
for this.
So I use Facebook quite a bit, and recently what I've been doing, which I started this year, was basically a daily challenge. So the challenge for this month is, I'll show you now.
Okay.
It could be 10 push-ups, 10 hip bridges, and 10 windshield wipers.
I'm going to do them with
Excuse
you.
my boots, by the way. It's a little slushy out there, but you can.
So is that what we're going to do?
I'm going to show you first, and then
Okay.
Okay, I'll show you the move first, and then
All
you can do it.
Maybe.
How about
Yeah.
that? All right. So level 1, so people who are not used to doing push-ups can do it from their knees, and then literally elbows coming back, smell the floor, and push up. So you're going to do 10 of those. I won't do 10 now, and then you're going to go into the hip bridges next. But let's see your push-ups.
See, I
know
like
you're
that because a
strong.
lot of people don't have the shoulder strength
Yeah.
to do that. Obviously, I can do
You
a bunch
can.
of regular push-ups,
Yeah.
but this is really, because I didn't know how to do this. I was showing somebody, and so you're down like this, right?
You're down like that. So you want to squeeze the glutes hard,
Squeeze the butt.
in the thighs,
Yep.
and elbows back as you come down and breathe
Elbows
in.
back out.
No, back. So Batman style. So you're going to have your elbows coming back like this.
Oh, okay.
That's
okay.
it. That's it. Squeeze. Good. All the way up.
Kiss the
That's
floor.
it. That's it. That's it.
We have to vacuum this floor.
There we go. Nice. There we go. 25 more.
Okay. Yep.
Just kidding. Just kidding. So we're going to do next our hip bridges. So it'll be 10 hip bridges.
Okay.
So it'll be here. And literally it's going to just, I like to dig my heels in and then just squeeze the glutes and bring the hips up and down, lightly touch and squeeze up. If people are really good at this and you've done it before, they can always do one-legged ones. You can do 5 and 5.
Yeah.
Making sure your hips are even, then tilt. So when you try the 5 and 5, let's go for it. It's going to sweat. All right, let me get out of the way. There we go.
Just like that.
Yep. And if you want to take make it a bit more aggressive, just bring the toes up to the sky. There we go, and push up. There you go, good. Squeeze. That's it, and breathe. There we go.
Oh, breathing. I always forget to breathe.
Yeah.
And then what?
Breathe
Foot
and
up?
take-
Is it?
Yeah, just try.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
yeah,
harder.
a lot harder.
Yeah.
That's
That's
it,
good.
good. Squeeze the glutes.
Squeeze the
Looking
glutes.
good.
Yeah.
There we go. And try a few of the other leg. You don't want the other leg to get
Wow,
jealous.
that's cool.
There we go.
I like this.
Yeah. And this is great. You can do this anywhere, as we're demonstrating here. Just literally a little space, 6x4 space. You can do it, especially on a snowy day. When you need to do something, because often you're on the computer, on the phone, or something. You can get your 4 or 5 minute workout in.
I don't have to buy a $100 machine that you see on
Nah.
TV and 6 payments of 22,
Exactly.
32, and no.
None of those silly
Okay, okay.
machines. And then the last one would be.
I thought I had to.
Yeah,
to look like the person on.
I know.
Yeah.
I fell for it once, getting one of those both legs machines. You
Right.
don't need it. All right, from here, let's do the windshield wipers, knees in, side to side.
Nice.
All right, to make it more aggressive, you just bring your feet up, come down. You don't have to go too far, and then resist it coming back.
Windshield wipers.
Windshield wipers, yeah. That's it.
Like this.
There you go. That's it.
Oh, that's
That's
good on the
good.
lower back.
Doesn't that feel
That's a
good
nice
in the back?
stretch.
This is a great stretch. I do this every morning. That's it. Take your time. That's it. There you go. And now what we're going to do is just really slowly, keep your legs straight up.
Yep.
Take your time and slowly come towards me.
Yep.
Come back, and then to the other side. By fight it coming back. Don't go too far. There we go.
I can
Come
see
back.
that'd be good for your core,
Yeah.
man.
Great for the core. Great for those obliques.
Great. After you were
That's
on a
it.
plane for 6 hours yesterday.
Uh-huh. Perfect. And relax. Yeah.
Nice.
So that you could just do it, for 5 sets, and you got a nice 5 minute workout. literally just 5 minutes, and you just worked pretty much your whole body. So
Wow, that's really cool.
Wow.
That is
Well
really
done.
cool.
We're
I
impressed.
think it's really, thank you.
well done.
I think it's really important to, you don't need the machines. It's all like gimmick, and it's all like all this stuff that's.
You're totally right, and you nailed it on the head. You do not need any machines. The only machines I would say, if you can afford it, would be.
My friend.
Thank you. And the machines I would advise would be like a rowing machine.
Let's see if we set it up right on a new show. We're still learning.
Good. Nice.
We're good.
Yeah. Would be
Rowing
like a row machine are great if you want a machine, or just an old bike trainer.
Yeah.
Would be another thing. But the rest of it, forget it. You just use your body weight. If you can afford it, you can get equipment, which we can show if I'm allowed back on, maybe whenever
Right.
it is. But
Right.
I'll bring my equipment like kettlebell and TRX. So if you can afford that, that's great.
Yeah,
If
that'd
not,
be cool.
body. That's all you need is body weight.
And I think it's more also just. It's so important, your encouragement. It's everything, because we talk about the mind on this show. We talk about the mind, and it's just so important, you know, to have somebody like that, somebody like yourself, who's encouraging, who's not a yell in the face type of the guy. Or are you? I haven't seen. Sometimes.
At times,
To
but
encourage.
to
Sometimes when you
encourage.
can do it, you know, like that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone has their own ways of doing it, and I think you said earlier, Ed, was that some clients are not, you know, when they hit boot camp, they go, oh my God, it's a sergeant major, you know.
Right.
But 100 burpees, if you don't do them, you know, you're in the doghouse. Right. But no, that's not my mentality. I want really good form. I want to work with the client. Everyone's different levels. So, you know, progress, regress where needed.
Yeah.
You know, I'll give you today, for example, I ran a boot camp, you know, but literally about an hour before.
Yeah.
And there was one client, she was way ahead of the pack, so I just progressed it quite a bit. We were doing Spider-Man crawls.
Nice.
I just made it a little tougher for her, you know, especially doing Spider-Man crawls going backwards, while someone else wasn't even there. So I had her doing just like 180 squats.
Yeah.
And so just make it a lot easier. So it's catered for. So, you know, everyone feels good about themselves because they can do it. And there's nothing worse when someone's doing an exercise with lousy form and they're hurting themselves. So I always make sure that they always let me know if something hurts, something's not right.
Right.
So we can fix it before it gets too bad.
I think that's the other positive thing, like I said before, the encouragement you give, the oversight that you give. And, you know, a lot of people think, you know, when I'm doing push-ups and things, is that enough, or what am I doing? And because I don't know if it was Herschel Walker, but it was a football player who did all push-ups, and that was his body. That's how he got his physique.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's really invaluable, and I want to thank you, you know, totally, you know, for the community. I want to thank you, because for someone like yourself, you know, who's out there doing that, you know, it's just you're helping so many people, and you're giving people a different approach to stick with it.
Yeah.
To, you know, really stick with it. And most people don't stick with it. Those machines we were talking about, there's probably 98% of them are in a closet somewhere, or on Craigslist, or what have you. So, you know, and so I really want to thank you for that. And like I said at the beginning of the show, I mean, in the long run, I mean, if you're just doing it to have the tight butt, you know, to look good in jeans so you can, you know, go to the club, or you're doing all these things just for the physical body, I mean, that kind of runs its course. But when you're really trying to do what we're talking about here, to become that amazing self, to be a good mom. I mean, you work with a lot of moms, to have that high stress life and you're constantly going, it's one of the hardest jobs around, isn't it? Being a mom or a full-time dad.
Absolutely.
To be physically fit makes you be more mentally fit and, you know, present for your family. And
that's it. It's trying to help them, because the stronger they are, and mentally and physically, the stronger they'll be for their family.
Yes.
And
making people stronger.
Goes on from there, making people stronger.
We're going to wrap it up. I just wanted to, again, thank you, and thank you for what you're doing out there. And I've said it like 10 times, but I really mean it. And for everyone out there, you know, please get out and do something today. Luke showed you a few exercises you can do, but you can go to Luke's website. We'll show it at the bottom of the screen on the way out. As we exit, we'll show Luke's website up on the screen in a little bit, and you can check it out and give him a call. Talk to him about it. There's no obligation.
Yeah, please.
He'll give you some guidance, and he'll let you know what it costs and how it works, and you can make a decision if you want to do that or not. But remember, to become that amazing self, the beautiful human being that you are, to do those amazing things that you want to do in your life, you need that strong body. You need that endurance of mind to go overcome the challenges. If you think working out is a challenge, the challenges that are put in your path when you're going for that thing you want to do, whether it's being a teacher or a missionary or a baseball player or whatever you want to do, the things that are put in your path are challenges. And if you're doing anything good out there, trying to become that amazing you, if you're doing anything good out there, guaranteed many things are going to be put in your path that'll make you get better and better and better. Taking care of the body like Luke talked about today, and really working hard at doing this stuff every day and having fun with it, you can become that amazing person. Take care.